You are not ready for this. I tell you that everything we thought we knew about Darcey and Stacey's fairy tale was a lie. I say that the twin flame romances Darcey and Stacey showed on screen were built on secrets that were serious enough that production allegedly tried to hide them. The coming story is not a scandal. The coming story is a betrayal that will turn the whole 90-Day Fiance universe inside out. Buckle up, I have heard whispers for months, now the whisper is screaming from the shadows. Florian and Georgi did not act as rivals, Florian and Georgi acted as partners. Florian and Georgi did not act as partners in crime, Florian and Georgi acted as partners in romance, allegedly. Welcome to the story that unravels everything. Darcey Silva is the queen of starting over after a breakup. Stacey is the ride-die who always has her sisters. Darcey Silva and Stacey built the brand on being unlucky in love and staying loyal to each other. I have watched Darcey Silva and Stacey on the show, see the glam and the matching surgeries, and the reality show edits. Behind the glam and the matching surgeries and the reality show edits, there was the house of cards. Florian and Georgi were not the cards. Florian and Georgi may have been the architects. I heard a source close to production who spoke on condition of anonymity said there were flags from the beginning about how Georgi and Florian bonded. No one expected those red flags to become full-on betrayal. The friendship between Georgi and Florian was not just about bro time. The friendship between Georgi and Florian also involved timing. The friendship between Georgi and Florian also involved manipulation. The friendship between Georgi and Florian allegedly included a plot that may have used the Silva twins for fame, money and green cards. I remember what the fans first saw. Florian the model with a past swept Stacey off her feet in an online romance. Georgi the masser with a trail wooed Darcey with charm and six-pack abs. TLC did not show the way the stories of Florian and Georgi were similar. Florian claimed to be misunderstood. Georgi claimed to be misunderstood. Florian came with baggage. Georgi came with baggage. Both of them latched onto the twins like moths to a fame-fueled flame. At first the fans thought the event was a coincidence. Now the leaked message thread from 2019 between Florian and Georgi may suggest otherwise. I read the leaked message thread. See Florian allegedly telling Georgi, keep her happy bro it is for a while. Georgi replies with a laughing emoji. I think that the situation is not just suspicious, I think that the situation is calculated. The situation raises a question, were Darcey and Stacey marks in a game? I know, take a breath. This is not the story that TLC wanted you to follow. This is not the story of two sisters trying to find love after loss. This is the shadow version. The situation gets worse because after Georgi and Darcey big breakup, the breakup where Darcey discovered Georgi's secret child support debt, someone on set caught Georgi and Florian arguing in Bulgarian. The argument was not a bro disagreement. The argument was heated. The argument was secretive. I saw panic on set. A production assistant told me the conversation was about money, visas, and someone finding out. The story made a crew member tell me the crew were not fighting over the twins. The crew were fighting about the plan, yet the twins never knew. Maybe the twins did. The twins did not want to believe it. That is where emotional manipulation begins. I have heard the story from people who know the twins. Multiple sources say that whenever Darcey tried to walk from Georgi, Georgi flooded Darcey with love bombs. Georgi sent gestures. Georgi gave flowers. Georgi sent texts calling Darcey his queen. Florian did the same to Stacey. Florian promised marriage. Florian promised kids. Florian promised a future. Behind the scenes, Georgi and Florian shared notes. I see each of us guide the other on how to keep the Silva sisters wrapped around the fingers as the trust erodes. I see the lies stack higher. You guys, I have to pause and say this. If you are spiraling, you are not alone. I have watched every season, every spin-off, every crazy reunion, and nothing prepared me for this level of deception. If you ever believed in a love storyline on the show, you need to think about everything. Drop a comment if you ever had a feeling about Georgi or Florian. Looking back, the signs were there. We just did not want to see them. Speaking of signs we missed, can we talk about Stacey's wedding? I think the wedding felt off. The rushed timeline, the vague guest list, the odd tension between Florian and Darcey. Now we know why the wedding felt off. An anonymous stylist who worked on the episode says that Darcey and Georgi fought in the hotel the night before because Darcey found another woman's bracelet in Georgi's suitcase. The bracelet was not hers. I feel the fight explains the tension. I am surprised by the stylist claim. I saw Georgi swear that the gift was a friend's gift from before they met. Darcey did not buy that story. Darcey broke down, screamed, and threatened to leave the show. Then Florian stepped in, calmed Darcey down, and convinced Darcey to stay, not for Darcey but for Stacey. That night I saw Georgi outside the hotel and Georgi talked to Florian for 2 hours. Let that sink in. They didn't panic. They coordinated, so let us pick up where we left off. Darcey feels heartbroken. Darcey experiences manipulation. Darcey experiences humiliation hours before Darcey's sister's wedding. Florian and Georgi whisper outside a hotel like co-conspirators under moonlight. At the time, the production called it pre-wedding jitters. The production was not describing nerves, the production was describing cover-up. The twins were starting to put the pieces. The next part shows the unraveling of the betrayal years in the making. The betrayal took years to happen. Let us look at Florian for a second. I think the fans gave Florian the benefit of the doubt for a time. Florian seemed quirky, awkward, shady, but loyal to Stacey. The fans thought that was all. Behind doors, sources claim Florian acted as the bridge between Georgi and a larger circle of men. Those men used connections to women in the US as immigration stones. There is speculation and some credible receipts that Florian and Georgi were connected to a network of men who used Instagram, Tinder, and TLC casting scouts to identify high-profile women as targets. Florian and Georgi used those platforms to look for women who were famous, wealthy, and publicly searching for love. Darcey and Stacey, with their fame, wealth, and public search for love, were prime. One of Florian's friends posted a comment in a Reddit thread that has now been deleted. The friend said that Florian bragged about a route to America through Stacey. The friend also said that Florian once said, "I only need 6 months on TV. After that I do what I want." At the time people thought it was trolling. Now the new information feels different. I read the story, I felt uneasy. Shortly after the post was deleted, the account disappeared. The account vanished, no trace. Like someone wanted the thing silenced. Do not forget Darcey. Darcey has been through Jesse, Darcey has been through Tom, Darcey now faces Georgi. All of them are emotionally distant, all of them love bomb Darcey. When Darcey pushes for commitment, all of them gaslight Darcey, all of them tell Darcey that Darcey is insecure, all of them call Darcey overreacting, all of them call Darcey a drama queen. Maybe the point is to make Darcey spiral. Maybe Georgi wants Darcey to spiral so that Georgi can paint Georgi as the one. This is manipulation. Make Darcey feel shaky, then comfort Darcey. I hurt first, then I heal. I keep the woman hooked. I keep the woman confused. Long as the woman doubts herself, the woman will never doubt the man. While Darcey was busy rebuilding herself for the time, new lips, new lashes, new healing crystals, Florian and Georgi were getting cocky. I saw Florian and Georgi travel. I saw Florian and Georgi flash designer brands. I saw Florian and Georgi post captions like brotherhood above all. Who were Georgi taunting? The twins, maybe someone who knew much. Georgi proposed to Darcey for the time. I saw mysterious DMs spread in fan groups when Georgi proposed to Darcey. The DM showed a video of Georgi kissing a woman who was not Darcey. The video took place at a hookah lounge in Miami. The video did not identify the woman. The hand on George's shoulder had a tattoo of a red rose. A week later, Irina posted a TikTok and later I saw fans think the story was a troll. A fan forum used forensics to trace IP metadata from a tagged story. Do not ask how. The IP metadata allegedly matched Georgi's known location in Virginia. The question is why Georgi was watching Stacey from a burner. Was Georgi a curiosity? Was there something? Here is where things get more twisted. I noticed that TLC did not air the 4-hour delay before the flight. Remember when Darcey and Stacey went to Turkey for the full-body makeovers? The 4-hour delay happened because Darcey caught Georgi scrolling on Georgi's phone and grinning at something. When Darcey grabbed Georgi's phone from Georgi, Georgi panicked. The screen showed a lock. According to one insider, Darcey saw a message that said, "See you, do not bring her." The sender? Saved only as F. We all thought that the letter F was Florian. I wonder if the letter F was not really Florian. I read the leak that came out 2 days ago. The leak is fresh. The messages were not from F. The messages were part of a thread that also had G2. G2 is a nickname Georgi used for his alias account. The messages talk about moving. The messages say the move would be somewhere in New Jersey after filming. Yes. Let the idea sink in. Look, this is the part I have to say. If you are still watching the seasons and thinking this is entertainment, wake up. The reality TV uses manipulation. The reality TV betrays. The women are not cast members. The women are people. The men who planned all of this hurt the women emotionally. If you ever defended Georgi or Florian online, go check the comments again. Because you might want to delete the comments. Do you think Darcey and Stacey were victims? A source says no. The source says Stacey noticed that something was off. Between Georgi and Florian, Stacey did not tell Darcey away. Stacey waited because Stacey feared that the truth would ruin Stacey's relationship. Stacey told a producer off camera if Darcey finds out, Darcey will never forgive Stacey. Stacey cannot lose both of them, so let us pause. Let us take the moment and I see a man manipulates Darcey. That man might be playing the game with Darcey's sister's husband. I see Stacey may hide truths to protect Stacey's dream life. I wonder about Florian and Georgi. The secrets, the silence, and maybe something more tie Florian and Georgi together. What if all this time the real betrayal has not even surfaced yet? The real betrayal might still be hidden, okay? I keep thinking about the hidden messages, the burner account. The suspicious bonding between Florian and Georgi and Stacey. Hiding the truth from her sister. You thought the hidden messages, the burner account. The suspicious bonding and Stacey hiding the truth were the story. We might have looked in the direction all this time. The real betrayal might come from Darcey, not from Florian or Georgi. The betrayal from Darcey could change everything. Take a breath. I will walk you through the details of this. I read that a former producer who worked on Darcey and Stacey during the season left a voicemail for a gossip blogger and that the voicemail has been verified as real. The voice in the voicemail sounds scrambled. The details in the voicemail are so specific and so behind the scenes that the voicemail could not have come from anyone. In the voicemail, the former producer claims Darcey knew about Georgi and Florian's arrangement. Darcey was in on Georgi and Florian's arrangement. Darcey just thought Darcey could flip Georgi and Florian's arrangement. I want you to think about it. Let the thought sink in. I read that someone said Darcey knows the men were using the situation for clout and visas. I read that someone said Darcey thought Darcey could beat the men. I read that the producer said word for word she thought she could turn the tables. She told us they think they're playing me, I'm playing them for the cameras. So what does that mean? It means Darcey was not a victim in the seasons. Darcey was playing the game too. Darcey wanted the storyline. Darcey wanted the chaos. Darcey wanted the heartbreak because Darcey believed the heartbreak would make Darcey famous. Darcey wanted to be the martyr of the franchise. Darcey wanted to be the queen with lip gloss and trauma. In chasing the crown, Darcey might have helped enable the men who would later humiliate Darcey on TV. Because here is where the idea gets more layered. In season 3 filming, I saw the producers pitch a joint couples therapy episode. Darcey and Georgi, Stacey and Florian. Darcey refused. Darcey said it will mess up the arc. It'll mess up the arc. The arc. Darcey said the show felt like a movie. Darcey wanted the heartbreak to build. Darcey wanted confessions. Darcey wanted betrayal. Bombshells. Darcey wanted a comeback. Darcey was shaping her pain for plot points. I saw that she thought she could control the thing. She seemed confident. Georgi? Georgi had George's plans. Remember the G to alias that we mentioned in part 2? The cryptic G to alias is worse than we thought. The fan account in Bulgaria posted a screenshot that the fan account says came from Georgi's Facebook page. The old Facebook page came before the show. I looked at the post. The screenshot shows a picture of Georgi and Florian together. The picture is from 2017. The picture is not from 2019 as we thought. The picture is 2 years before Georgi and Florian met the twins. The caption on the picture reads, America bro. Trust the process. I ask you again, was this ever about the love? If the photo is real and many news outlets are now confirming the photo, then the photo was not a romance. I think the photo looks like a con. I think the photo looks like a planned move. I think the photo looks like a pact. Darcey may have seen the photo coming. Darcey did not know how far the photo would go. I watched Darcey spend time shaping Darcey's character for the camera. I saw Georgi take appearance fees, build George's brand, and make connections for after the show ended. The cruel irony is that Darcey thought Darcey was controlling Georgi for drama. Georgi used Darcey for access. I saw Florian as the enabler in the background. Florian always played the innocent. Florian always said yes baby to Stacey. In reality, Florian allegedly kept Georgi updated on every move Darcey made. Florian noted when Darcey doubted him. Florian noted when Darcey filmed solo interviews. Florian noted when Darcey was about to expose him on camera. Florian monitored everything. Florian reported everything. Florian controlled everything. I see the twist now. This year Georgi reappeared on media. Georgi had a brand look. Georgi was in a brand city. Georgi posted a message. Everything they said about me was projection. I saw the post. Guess who liked the post? Stacey, not Darcey. Stacey. I am trying to figure out what the meaning of that is. I need the answer. I have heard the rumor mill has been churning. I can confirm that Darcey and Stacey had a falling out during post-show filming. The crew stopped production for 3 weeks. The twins who wore matching outfits and had matching breakdowns stopped speaking. The reason is that Stacey accused Darcey of knowing and of setting Stacey up for heartbreak just to get more airtime. Yes, I think the reader heard that right. Stacey now thinks Darcey let Stacey walk into the mess. Darcey did that to make Darcey's own story look better next to Stacey's. Darcey wanted to be the twin who learned from love while Stacey stumbled. Darcey allegedly said, "You chose him, you ignored the signs, cold, brutal, I think. That was not wrong, here is the emotional part that got me." One crew member said the final scene before the hiatus was not usable. The final scene showed Stacey screaming through tears. The final scene showed Darcey quiet. The final scene showed Darcey numb. The final scene had no mascara running. The final scene had no camera sobs, Darcey whispered. The final scene was always going to end this way. I could hear the silence. The silence stayed with me. Honestly, that broke me because for all the glam and the chaos and the reality TV editing, the sisters are still the sisters. Whatever game the sisters were playing cost the sisters something. If you have made it this far, I want to know, who do you believe? Was Darcey the mastermind or the manipulated? Did Georgi and Florian really plan it all? Just get swept up in fame? I saw the video. The video is grainy. The video was shot vertically. The grainy video looks like the video came from a security camera or someone's phone in a hidden corner. The timestamp says August in Miami. The weekend Darcey and Stacey were in town for an event. The video is not of the twins. Florian and Georgi own the item. Florian and Georgi keep the item safe. Florian and Georgi store the item carefully in a house, in a private suite, arguing, pacing, shouting not in English but switching between Bulgarian and Albanian, with just enough broken English to catch phrases like, she knows. She is going to say something, and worse, we cannot let them find out about this secret. You said the name was Stacey. I felt the moment. The silence fell. I could not see the next thing coming. The next thing happened. No one could prepare for the thing. I watch as Georgi steps closer. Georgi gets in Florian's face. Georgi says clear as day, "You loved me first. Do not blame me for her." Florian does not deny it. Florian just mutters, "I know we cannot go back. The past is gone forever." Silence again. Then I watch the kiss happen. Yes, I see that the reader read that right. A full kiss. Not friendly, not casual, intimate. I watched the two men publicly deny everything. I watched the two men play the European lovers to America's most chaotic twin sisters. I watched the two men spend years convincing fans that the two men barely tolerated each other. Then I watched the two men kiss. The change affects everything. The change will touch every part of my life. The change makes me think about what comes. Suddenly the strange loyalty, the messages, the emotional manipulation all fit together. I see that the whole story was not about using the twins. I see that the whole story was about hiding something deeper. I see that Florian and Georgi were not just co-conspirators. I see that Florian and Georgi were connected. Maybe Florian and Georgi were romantic. Maybe Florian and Georgi were emotional. Maybe Florian and Georgi were both. Either way, the connection explains why Florian and Georgi stayed so close. The connection explains why no matter how bad things got, Florian and Georgi never turned on each other. Loyalty that intense does not come from friendship. I see fear start the fire. I see passion build the fire. I see secrets hide a fire that can burn everything down. When fear lights the fire and passion adds fuel, the fire spreads. And the secrets hidden inside can burn everything down. Now we have the proof. We are not even done. Is the voice memo attached to the email the reason? The voice memo makes the situation even worse. I hear the woman's voice. A little distorted but still clear enough for me to understand. The woman's voice sounds desperate. The woman's voice trembles on the edge of tears. The woman says, "I heard that if this gets out it will ruin them. I heard that people need to know." Darcey knew about the kiss. Darcey saw the kiss. Darcey saw them. Darcey did not say anything because Darcey thought it would tank the show. Darcey said, and I quote, "It is their business. Not everyone deserves the loyalty that a person gives. I have seen that sometimes a person must let the people expose themselves. I saw it on the night." Stacey goes live. No makeup, no filter, just Stacey, raw and devastated, looking into the camera and saying, "The family does not lie like that. The family lying like that is not a family." Tears. Silence. And then, "I am done protecting the people. The people would let me drown, so I quit." Honestly, that was the moment I saw fans realize that the twins we thought would ride or die for each other were gone. The betrayal split the two sides. I saw the betrayal cause a rift that kept the sides apart. If you are still holding on to hope for a reconciliation, I need you to hear the part. A source close to TLC says Darcey pitched a solo spin-off Yes, a solo spin-off, no Stacey, no twin brand. The spin-off would have the name Darcey Reborn. Darcey Reborn would present a brand, Darcey Reborn would bring a start. Darcey Reborn would tell a revenge story. I heard the Loglini allegedly I used to think the woman was everyone's doormat, now the woman is everyone's reckoning. And that sent Stacey into orbit. According to another source, the network told the woman, not Darcey herself. The news blindsided the woman felt furious. Now the woman is talking to a production company about starting her show. The show will tell the version that the woman wants to tell. The show will expose everything that got edited out. I can see why the woman is angry. We are talking about the projects and the separate brands. We are talking about the truths. I see the empire in flames. The first sister holds a torch. The second sister holds a torch. Listen, if you are as heartbroken as I am, you are not crazy. The situation is not reality TV. The last sisterhood was standing in the franchise built on betrayal. Now even the last sisterhood is gone. Before you mourn the Silva twins completely, I want you to hear one chapter. It tells about the Silva twins. You thought we were done. No, the betrayal, the kiss, the twin war, the solo spin-offs. That was fallout, the explosion. What if I say that? Beneath the rubble, buried under years of secrets, there is a truth that no one expected. I see that truth. I noticed that just when you think it is all exposed, something new surfaces. Something new surfaces. Changes the story. Something surfaces, links Georgi, Florian, Darcey and Stacey. The link is not chaos or coincidence. The link is by design. I remember the story. It starts with a forgotten man named Toder. Who is Toder? The TLC archives say that the producers cast Toder in season 1 of Darcey and Stacey as a friend of Georgi. Toder would appear in a flashback. The scenes never aired. The producers cut the scenes. At the minute, removing Toder from the story entirely. The producers gave no explanation. Toder disappeared from the episode and from the credits. Until now, I saw the leak week. The not aired production reel leaked, said to be from an intern's drive. The raw footage shows Toder in Sofia. Toder sits across from the camera nervously, twisting Toder's hands, says, I saw Georgi come to America with a plan. Florian helped Georgi make the plan. The plan did not start with the twins. The plan started with someone else. Yes, I heard from Toder that Georgi was originally talking to another woman. Georgi did not talk to Darcey. Georgi did not talk to Stacey. Georgi talked to a woman, American. The third woman was older. The third woman was rich. The third woman was private. The third woman was allegedly related to the Silvas. When I say related, I mean related. I am serious about the word related. I saw Toder drop a name. The fans never expected the name, Nancy Silva. I have heard that Darcey and Stacey have a cousin. The older cousin is not famous. The older cousin is not flashy. The older cousin is wealthy. The older cousin runs a business in Miami, has stayed out of the spotlight for years. According to Toder, Nancy and Georgi were dating months before Toder ever reached out to Darcey. I have seen screenshots. I have seen emails. I have seen flight records. I have seen gifts. All of those things allegedly tied to Nancy. Nancy is a woman who by all accounts disappeared from the family shortly after Darcey's relationship with Georgi began. I have heard the working theory is that Georgi tried to go after Nancy as a way to get to the United States. That plan fell apart when Nancy blocked Georgi after Nancy discovered messages to women. Georgi changed direction. Who was next? Darcey. Darcey is the Silva. Darcey appears on TV. Darcey has clout and connections. I heard Toder even say Florian told Toder the twins are better for exposure. Do not waste time. Get to America fast. I think the whole saga, the love triangles, the weddings. The show never began with love. I think the saga began with strategy. What is worse, if Nancy never cut him off, Darcey and Stacey might never have taken part. They weren't the plan, they were the backup. I can see that this explains a lot. The desperation, the lies, the way Georgi played the role. Georgi was not improvising. Georgi was executing. Here is where I see the darkness gets even darker. The darkness goes deeper. I saw the footage leak. Nancy, the woman in question, broke her silence with a message to a gossip page. In the message, Nancy says this: I warned them both. I told them in 2020 that Georgi was dangerous. The filming had already begun. The filmmakers did not want the truth. The filmmakers wanted the storyline. So let us put the perspective in perspective. I find that helpful. I saw Georgi try to seduce a Silva cousin. Georgi felt nervous. Wanted the Silva cousin to notice Georgi. Got shut down. Then moved on to Darcey. Florian helped the man package the romance for cameras. Darcey saw the games. Darcey thought Darcey could control the game, and Stacey was caught in the crossfire. I see that now in 2026 everything is exposed, there is no going. The fairy tale is dead. Each player has taken a side. I noticed Darcey is shopping for Darcey series. I see Stacey is getting a lawyer. I see Stacey is burning bridges. I noticed Georgi showing the chaos. Georgi does not apologize for showing the chaos. And Florian still missing in action. And the fandom divided, shaken, obsessed. I see people rewatch episodes and look for clues. I notice moments that feel different now. I see Georgi glance at Florian for long. Darcey stays silent. Stacey wants to believe. All of the moments are there. The clues were always there. If you have stayed with me through the 6 parts of this saga, remember this. I watched the reality TV drama. I thought the reality TV drama was a motion breakdown of the fairy tale. Built on the real people's lives, I saw a twist on screen. I sensed that the producers kept 5 twists hidden behind the NDA letters, behind the deleted footage, behind the producer spin. I realized the show did not just tell a story, the show hid a story. The dust settles. We have one question. What if the greatest scam was the love story itself? What if the men make the drama, the tears, the staged heartbreaks, and the women make the drama, the tears, the staged heartbreaks? What if the audience watches victims? The victims act as performers? That is what will haunt us. Because while the Georgi and Florian kiss changed everything, the Georgi and Florian kiss stays with me. I listened to the leaked voice memo. The leaked voice memo broke the illusion. I felt the truth. I watched the Toter video. The Toter video changed the timeline. There is still one secret. We have not uncovered the secret. I have heard a rumor. The rumor is now starting to surface. I think George's marriage may already exist. George's marriage seems to have been. I have seen the papers that talk about George's marriage. But not to Darcey or Stacey or Nancy. To someone else entirely. That is the place. We leave that there. I feel the cliffhanger hanging over us. I hear the next scandal whispering in the shadows. The next scandal is coming. If this story pulled you in, if your jaw dropped, if your trust broke, if your heart raced, do not stay silent. Write about the story in the comments. The chaos was never a show. It was a mirror, and now we see everything.